Hi, slime. Oh, nope, I do not have a sponsor. There we go. Also, I'm gonna get rid of the W thing. Nobody ever uses that. I'm doing okay, actually. The check finally cleared. Oh, I have a notification. Okay. Okay, cool. Hold on, I gotta watch this conversation. It's a group text between me and my friends, and I really want to know what's going on. Okay, it looks like they're dancing around the topic. Okay, so, the check finally went through this morning. So, you have no idea how big a difference that made. I already, today, cleaned out my car. Like, I haven't cleaned my car since I bought it, I don't think. So it's been like 3-4 years. And I got rid of all the trash and I vacuumed it out and I wiped it down a bit. I didn't like give it a full wipe down, I just hit the worst spots. So the car doesn't look disgusting anymore. Now it just looks kind of dusty. Hi, Rooney. So yeah, the topic. There's some things I've been dealing with basically since I started existing. Since I've been around. Since the collapse happened. And I just haven't really talked about them. Like, for one, I feel like an imposter in many ways. I'm living someone else's life. I am friends with people that don't actually know me. They knew the previous host. And a lot of our friends even knew the host before that. Like, so I'm like very different than they were. I'm a completely different person. And I often feel like I'm conning my friends into being friends with me. Even though they're not friends with me because of who I am. They're friends with me because of who used to be the host. And it feels kind of odd having these skills and memories that I didn't obtain. They're not my skills, they're not my memories. So somebody will ask me to, like, be a mentor or something, right? And I'll feel like I can't do that. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, how I'm gonna do the wrong thing. And then when the time comes, I do know what to do. I do know what to say. I do the right thing. And then afterwards, I feel like I just kind of bullshitted my way through that. Because I feel a disconnection. Like, it doesn't feel like I have any skills. It feels like my skills are stolen. I also have been dealing with a problem where I forget that I'm plural. And that kind of invalidates the others. And in case you're wondering, no, that is not a healthy thing to do. Because the problem with plurality isn't thinking that you're plural. It's that your personality is fragmented. I am not a full person. I have issues due to the fact that I'm not a full person. And I will forget for periods of time that I'm plural. And that's bad because I don't have access to these other thoughts and feelings that I'm supposed to have access to via switching or communicating with the others. We also have a problem where somebody else will be fronting and they'll feel like they're just me pretending to be someone else. I don't know what that's about. But they, like, doubt themselves. Like, am I really me? Or am I just Violet pretending to be me? And that's... It's like... I'm, like, slow... It's like I'm struggling to not shut down the rest of who we are. It's a fight to retain the parts of our personality that I don't have. The others are starting to feel more and more like me and less like them. Our communication is getting worse. I actually made a, like, list of this shit. Hold on. Shit that I wanted to talk about. I keep feeling like I'm using people. So when Red was in front for 24 years, they didn't really have very much feelings. They barely had any feelings. They didn't really care about people. Like, now that we've had the experience of being alters that actually feel compassion and actually connect to people and actually care, we realize, like, Red didn't really care. Red cared as best as they could, but they didn't really care. Their ability to care was very compromised, because that's what they were. They were designed to be someone that couldn't hurt, that wouldn't hurt from all the shit that we'd been through. So of course they didn't really care about people, because if they cared about people, they would hurt. And even though I'm not red, I still have to deal with the after effects of Red's unconscious mind. Red's subconscious, rather. Because I basically always feel like I'm tricking people. I don't really care about them. I feel like I'm using them. And I have to remind myself actively think about it and remind myself, no, I really do care. I feel these feelings. I'm not using them. And that's like a constant fight as well, is to remind myself that I'm not red. It's like I have both my failings and Red's perceived failings that I shouldn't have anymore. I have Red's self-doubts without being Red. The reason that I haven't been talking about any of this is because I feel like such an imposter that I think I've been afraid that people would think that I'm faking, that I'm not really plural, or maybe I'm not plural anymore and I'm just trying to convince myself I'm still plural. Like, I'm afraid that these thoughts that I have to fight against will become other people's beliefs if I talk about it. And I should trust you all more than that. Because keeping all this shit inside and not talking about it to anyone doesn't help. That's not going to improve the situation. I need to be able to be open about it. And I could just be open about it in therapy, but you all would understand better than the therapist will, I'm pretty sure. Especially if Cece's here. You all are going to understand better than my therapist. Hi. It's okay. Yeah. We could work on communication, for sure. That's a good idea. That would probably help re-solidify our individuality, because that's a big part of the problem, is that everything's getting muddled together. Everything's getting mixed up. And that's not functional. We need our individuality to be functional. Oh, my knee. Alright, just a second. Okay. Two of my friends are kind of starting a relationship, and it makes me very happy. And I'm in a group chat with them, and I'm like, kind of encouraging them. Anyway, what were your thoughts, Rudy? Logically, yes, but it still feels cheap. Like I got these skills a slimy way, like because I don't have the experience or the intelligence to have developed these skills. And they don't feel like they're mine. It kind of feels like I'm parroting something that I heard from someone else, and I didn't do the research myself, if that makes sense. Yeah, like I don't deserve their skills. I am currently working, my two friends, I'm currently working on getting them to talk to each other about what their relationship is. Because we're about to go out drinking again. And I'm like, maybe you should have this conversation before you spend the night drinking again with each other again. Yeah. Rudy, I was responding to yours. That sounds exhausting. Oh, that sounds exhausting. Yeah. Was there any of the other topics that you wanted to talk about? Skills of development. How do you feel? Yeah. Yeah, I got... Oh, I have a message. Looks like from PayPal. What? Something got declined. Hold on. Did Huntington... There wasn't enough balance to cover your card purchase. No shit, you're supposed to take it from my bank. Also, which purchase? You gonna tell me which frickin'... Oh, I see. But no, that's frickin' stupid. Okay. Yeah, PayPal declined a transaction because I didn't have the balance in the PayPal account. Frickin' geniuses. Like, I do that shit I do that shit. Why don't you just let it through? Yeah, I'm dealing with it right now so it doesn't get canceled. Okay, no, I'm good. I'm done. Please give me more thoughts. Yeah, it does include you. Because I feel like the people that you became friends with don't exist anymore. So it feels like we just kind of stole your friendship. Like, you don't really know who I am. And it's like... Yeah, Mello's like so in the back though. Mello like very rarely fronts and never talks to us either. Mello's so distant that we regularly think if wonder if Mello's even here anymore. It's like, I care about you though. I care about my friends. But I also feel like they shouldn't care about me. Like I tricked you all into liking me. Oh, I have more DMs. Let's fucking go. Ha. I need to update Discord. I can do that while I'm hanging out. Give me more thoughts. Say more things. Let's conversate. I want to do it. I'm trying to do a just chatting stream. I'm updating Discord. That's why the image at the bottom of the screen is doing that. It's because it's a Discord thing. There. Okay. And when your old had mates fused into you, I noticed differences. Like, you don't all like the same games Red liked. And I noticed you're different in a lot of different ways that I can't right place. Yeah. I'm a more emotionally vulnerable person, and I connect to people more emotionally than the second Red did. Like, I'm not obsessed with solving puzzles either. I mean, I kind of like puzzles. They're interesting. I definitely, like, spent most of yesterday watching number file videos. But, like, I wasn't hyper-focused on it like Red was. I just thought it was interesting. You know what I mean? We see the world in completely different ways. It's like Red kind of saw the world as a scientist in an analytical way. I see it in a more caring way. Like, Red would see a logo and notice the geometry of the logo. I see a logo and I have an appreciation for the person that put that logo together, if that makes sense. Like we just don't perceive the world in the same way. My response to that is that I would like to get to know you more. I like your old headmates and I like what I've seen of you so far. But I don't want you to pretend you're still them. I want to get to know you again. Yeah. I would like that. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, I remember the thing that I wanted to say. Joy should not have kept the name Joy, because that's not Joy. We did it again. We literally had been talking about how Red shouldn't have taken Red's name. The second Red shouldn't have taken the first Red's name. It just never even thought about the fact that Joy isn't Joy. There's two Joys now. There's even more complicated. That makes it even more complicated. The current Joy that's in the system is made up of the original Joy, Serenity, Lavender, and I guess that's it. Because I think Mellow was in there. But Mellow's her own person again. I had to like stop myself because I almost said their own person again. But like then I remembered that Mellow now uses she, her pronouns. Not because Mellow feels particularly feminine, but she thinks that just makes us more cohesive and she doesn't mind she, her pronouns. So we don't have to worry about people trying to remember whose pronouns are whose. And when Mellow gets called she, other people appreciate it. Hi, Callie. Yeah, Serenity and Lavender fused with Joy. And they shouldn't have kept the name Joy, because that's just confusing. Okay, I'm gonna take a pee break. Please say more things, ask questions, bring up new topics while I'm peeing so that I have stuff to talk about when I get back. BRB. Oh, okay. Oh, I should probably join voice. Okay. I finally switched what deck tracker I use for Magic Arena. Because I report this every once in a while over the years that I've been using MTG Arena Pro. They have a problem with their draft assistant that if there's a colorless land in the pack, the tracker doesn't work. And I use the tracker to keep track of what cards I own so that I am drafting cards I don't have a playset of. And this allows me to get over 90% of every set, even though I'm free to play. Every set that I draft, anyway. Because I do just stop playing the game for a while. For bits. But if I play throughout a set's lifespan, then I get over 90% of the set. From drafting. And I switched to Draft Sims tracker because it does keep track of your collection. But yeah, I've been reporting that issue for years and they never fixed it. I reported other issues that they fixed like right away, but they always ignore that issue and don't tell me why they're not fixing it. Like, is it just a fundamental problem that they would have to redo a whole bunch of work to fix? Like, why won't they just tell me, like, yeah, we can't fix that? I don't know. It's gotta be something like a visual bug with the tracker where it can't load the image, so it just doesn't load that draft at all, that draft pack at all. The current one I'm using, Draft Sim, the biggest problem that I have with it so far is that it causes some serious lag to Arena, to the point that I'll go and click on a card and drag it to pick the card, and Arena won't register the click correctly and it will draft a different card than the one that I'm grabbing. That happened, I've done one draft with that draft overlay, and that happened twice. I picked a card and it picked up the last card in the pack instead of what I was actually grabbing, which both times was a land. And neither of those lands were even in my colors. Let's see, what else can I talk about? I cut some jeans to make some really short shorts for me to go hiking in, because it's hot. Well, not today, it isn't. But last week it was super hot, so I wore short jeans. I'm talking my boxer briefs would poke out the leg and I'd have to tuck it back in. That's how short they are. I got a really big fan, like the Asian style fan that unfolds into a semicircle and you flap it. I got a really big one of those at Pride. It's like a branded one. Like that's why I got it, because it was free, but it's fine. I just wanted a fan. It was very helpful because it was so freaking hot during the Pride Parade. Hi.
You also got a big fan right here. Hi. Hi, Violet. It's Rudy.
Hello.
Oh, what were you saying about your fan?
I'm gonna be bringing it hiking so that I can cool myself off.
Will there be outlets? Wait, it's not an electrical fan, right? It's paper.
Yeah, it's a paper like Asian fan. Yep. Yeah. For hiking, I have a backpack. And I have like a 3-liter bag of water with like a hose to drink out of. So we always have plenty of water. And I keep...
You mean a straw?
No, it's a hose. The thing is like rubber and like 2.5 feet long. It's not a straw.
Oh.
It's a bendy hose.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's so that you can drink from the hose while the bag's in your backpack. So you don't have to like get the bag out to drink out of it.
I see. You can keep up that hiking.
Yeah.
I mean, I would also think that maybe you could like take a short break every hour or so and drink something that way.
Yeah, we take breaks when we need drinks. We need breaks. Sometimes we break to stop and drink.
Hey, Slime, is our audio level like good compared to Violet?
It looks right on my end because you're just tickling the top of the range, which is the way I've set it up.
Hey, tickling the top of the range. We had quite a hot day today in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
We used it to wash all our plushies. So we don't have a dryer. We'd like them to be dried in one day. So we washed all our plushies this morning and then put them out to dry.
A dryer is one of the things we're gonna buy. But yeah, dryers mess up plushies a lot of the time anyway.
Yeah.
They like rearrange the fluff inside so that like stuff isn't filled properly. Yeah, dryer's gonna be nice. Like I did laundry yesterday and I have what I'm trying to wear tonight to Queer Slosh hanging up.
Queer Slosh?
Queer Slosh, yeah, it's technically like a slosh is technically like a kink thing where like you meet people for play purposes, but like nobody's doing anything spicy there. Everybody's just trying to make friends. But yeah, it's like for queer people only, so you've got to be like not straight or you've got to be trans to go. Which means it's a safe space because nobody there is cishet, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I have my favorite. I want to wear my favorite top and my only skirt to Queer Slosh, but I don't know if they're going to be dry in time because I don't have a dryer, and I'm not hanging my clothes outside. Stuff will get stolen eventually if I make that a habit.
So you have to dry it inside.
Yeah, I just hang the clothes up and like separate them. I like hang them up on hangers and just separating so they're not touching.
Honestly, that's how we dry most of our clothes, because we don't have a balcony where we live now, so we put them on these drying racks, and then we open a bunch of windows and then hope for the best.
Oh, another problem with not having a dryer. I don't know if you haven't had a dry, like, have you always hang dried?
Ever since living alone, we've hang dried. So
How do you deal with the lint?
with the what?
The lint.
The lint?
Maybe your wash machine's just good enough to get rid of it, but you know how dryers will have a lint thing that you have to pull all the lint out of it? That all that lint is just staying on the clothes. So before I put on a shirt, I have to lay it down on my bed and scratch at all the like get lint that's like caked onto the shirt, and then use a lint roller for like 5 minutes trying to get all the debris off the shirt.
I think our washing machine is just good enough to deal with most of that.
Mine doesn't do it at all.
Huh. I mean, I saw some statistics about how like people in the US are far more likely to have a dryer than people in Europe. But now I'm wondering if like the washing machines in Europe are better.
Maybe they're my guess is that the washing machines, because people hang dry in Europe, the washing machines are designed to get the lint out. Where in America, there's no reason for them to do that because we all have dryers. That would be my guess. Just like a design drive. Are you researching it right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I heard you clicking and typing. I got numbers for my mailbox. That's one of the things I ordered today.
Numbers?
Yeah, like my house number. I now have it. I ordered like a house number sticker to put on my mailbox,
okay, nice.
Because the numbers that were painted onto the house are like so worn that you can't see them anymore, and we get the wrong mail delivered to us, and I am sure other people get our mail because we just won't get stuff sometimes, and we have to ask the people to resend it, send us another copy because we never got it. So I think my neighbors are getting the mail and they just throw it away instead of bringing it to me.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I bring them their mail. I don't tell them I'm bringing them their mail. I just kind of stick it in the crack of the door. But, I bring it to them.
I hope the sticker helps.
Yeah. The reason I'm putting it in the mailbox is because I have a privacy fence, and my house is a little bit back from the street. So if I put it on the house, there's a good chance they wouldn't spot it anyway. But the mailbox is like at the street.
Right.
How do you do it there in the Netherlands? Do you guys have like the slot in your door style mail or what?
Depends on the house, I guess. So with our current house, we have our door, we have the number next to our door, and then next to our door we have a mailbox, and you open the lid and you put it inside and then you close it. But we are living like next to the street right now. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Sylvia.
In our old house we lived in an apartment, so there were apartment places downstairs. And that was also the case with the house before that, and with so to answer your question, usually there is a mailbox like next to the house or at the front of the street, and sometimes there is also a slot in the door.
Gotcha. Because I've like seen some videos of like Europeans that moved to America, and one of the things is it's weird that we have mailboxes at the end of our driveway. And I'm just like, well then how do they do it?
Slot in the door, I guess. Yeah.
It didn't help that if you move to like some really high-end neighborhoods, for some reason you have to go down the block to get your mail out of a giant box that has everyone's mail in it. It's like a giant thing of doors, and you open up the door that pertains to your house and get your mail. Kind of like how a lot of apartment buildings do it, but it's like for the whole block of houses for some reason. Very strange.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for packages, where like, you know, there will be a supermarket nearby that also will have a place where people can like drop off packages, and you can be like, oh, don't drop it off at my home, drop it off at that place, and then you can pick it up there.
Here they put it on your porch. Sometimes they'll knock, sometimes they won't even bother to knock, and they just leave.
They don't really do that here. They like, I guess what I guess it depends on the delivery service. If it's small enough to fit in your mailbox, then they will just put it in your mailbox. If it's bigger, then they will like ring the bell, knock, and then if you don't open, they will either try again tomorrow one more time, or they will just go to another place that's like relatively close by where you can deliver packages, like the supermarket, and they will deliver it there and then send you a
when I say they knock, I mean, I don't mean they wait for you to answer. I mean they set it on the porch and then knock on the door and then leave.
Oh,
so that you check your porch. But no, the only time that they wait for you is if you paid extra to have it require a signature.
Right.
And then they will knock on the door, and if you don't come to the door, they will just reschedule the delivery. Then they do that 3 times, and then they give up on delivering it. And then you have to like go down to the warehouse or whatever to get your package after that.
Sometimes they deliver it to the neighbors, or they try to.
Oh my god. One time my sister sent all of our old family pictures to me. And I didn't tell her to do that, like send all of our family pictures through the mail. She just did that on her own. I like asked her if I could get her pictures. I assumed I was just gonna pick them up when we went to Thanksgiving or something, right? And she messaged me and she's like, hey, can you send me those pictures back? And I'm like, what pictures? And she's like, I sent you all the family pictures. I'm like, I didn't get the family pictures. And we just thought they were permanently lost. But eventually I came up with the idea of maybe they delivered it to the apartment next door. And nobody ever did anything. And I went over and yep, it did. It had been sitting under the mailbox to the apartment next door for like 2 months.
Wow.
And nobody took it.
Huh.
But yeah, we almost lost all of our family pictures.
That's
It's like the less people use mail, the less the mail people care. because it's like it's not very common for somebody to send you something important through the mail. It's usually just like bills and spam. So the mailmen just don't even pay attention anymore. What are you doing, Sylvia? Well, I can hear that you live right on the street. And you've got your windows open.
Yeah, I got my window open. This is true. It's... Honestly, it's pretty... It's pretty loud when a car comes by, yeah. Luckily, this isn't an especially noisy neighborhood.
That's good.
So you mentioned that you're different from Red in the way that you look at the world, that you think more about how the things around you are made and how people made them.
Yeah, I tend to focus on the people. Yeah.
Anything else you're noticing that's like different in your perception?
I'm more aware than Red.
Aware of what?
Just my awareness in general. Red was very tunnel visioned. Like they could only focus on one thing at a time.
And then they would forget to eat and drink and...
Yeah. And they wouldn't be aware that a cat has climbed onto their lap. Like they just don't even notice.
Right.
It's like I am aware more of what's going on around me than Red was. I'm less intelligent. That's a big one.
You keep mentioning intelligence.
Yeah.
And Red mentioned intelligence as well. That she was like less intelligent than she used to be, because before the split, before like the fusion and split before that, and like how Green was more intelligent. And I've always kind of wondered, like, what is intelligence to you exactly?
When I look at a complex problem, I get overwhelmed. I have trouble figuring out how it works and making decisions and things and following lines of logic. But yeah, you're right. The first Red was the most intelligent out of all of us, and then the second Red was less intelligent, and I'm even less intelligent. It's been a descending chain.
I feel that when I'm... Oh, hello, Iscarte. I feel like... I'll finish my thought first. But that does seem like an interesting question. But when I encounter a problem, I often don't know what to do I usually don't know what to do immediately, but then I think about it, and then if it's too big, I'll like write stuff down. I'll like try to put it into steps. I'll try to see if I can think about it from different angles. I'll think about who could help me with it, who would have that expertise, and how I could contact them. And then eventually I do it, and it gets done eventually. And I feel that if I compare myself with others, that others are usually, that I feel like compared to others, I'm less quick, but I'm also more structured. Like I will, because I keep note of all these things, I don't lose sight of like an important detail.
Welcome, Iscart. Iscarte? I don't know. I think you're new. I can't tell anymore because I don't use Twitch chat. I use Restream
They're
chat.
new. They're new.
Okay. But yeah, definitely. So their intelligence came from the fact that there was no confusion. There was no noise. It was literally just intent, like absolutely maximized hyper focus on whatever they were thinking about. And I don't have that because I hear all the noise. I'm aware of what's going on around me. I'm worrying about other things at the same time. I'm getting overwhelmed. I have all this stuff going on that they never dealt with. It's almost like they were on stimulants and I'm not.
That does make sense, but wouldn't it then not make more sense to say that Red was better at focusing and not necessarily more intelligent?
You could claim that, but I mean, like, the ability to focus is a sign of intelligence. You know? Like, people that can focus are smarter. That's just how it is.
I guess I didn't think of intelligence that way.
There's like 4 different types of intelligence. They excelled at one particular type of intelligence, and I don't excel at any of them. I guess I have the knowledge pool type of intelligence because of the fact that I have their memories. This is like a type of intelligence that comes from like being educated, like having all the information. And I do have that kind of intelligence, I suppose. But yeah, the best example of their kind of intelligence is IQ. And I'm probably just above average, where their IQ was actually very high. They were in the top 1% for IQ. I'm probably in like the top 40% or something. I'm just above average, I think.
Wait, the last Red or the original Red?
The original Red.
Right.
Red 1 was very, very intelligent, IQ wise. I don't know, because I don't know. It's like, if I'd never been the first red, I probably would think that I'm really smart. The problem is that I am very aware of the difference. You know what I mean? So maybe I am pretty smart, and it's just the difference between me and red is just making it feel like I'm not that smart.
I feel like I don't know, I feel like I've been going back and forth of like whether I think IQ is important or not.
I get what you're saying, Iscarte, but from the perspective of someone that's lost a lot of IQ points, it's a huge difference. I've lost the ability to think that way. And it makes me understanding things much more difficult. I'm not able to solve problems the same way that the first red could.
Yeah.
I play strategy games by feel, mostly. Where red understood the probability and stuff.
I mean, I know what it's like when I know how I feel when when I'm like tired and hungry and feel more agitated and I'm trying to focus on a task and I just can't. Like, I imagine being able to focus a bunch less is like, feels bad.
Yeah. Again, I get what you're saying, Iscart, but because I've been there. I know what it feels like to be in the top 1%. And yeah, I am a lot more social. Like I am able to hold a conversation way better than I used to be able to. Because before...
Way better than red.
Huh?
Way better than red.
Yeah. Red really struggled with everything social. The first red. The second red was better, but it's like there's also the thing where my life has changed a lot, and it's like I don't know what's causing what, to be fair. Like, I went through day treatment. I ended my marriage. Like, I've become a lot healthier. And it is kind of hard to tell how much is just because I'm me and not red, and how much is just because we've become more mentally healthy. I don't know.
Probably a bit of column A and a bit of column B.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the second red, I don't think could have made the progress on her mental health that I have. I think she was still too closed off from her emotions.
How do you've been talking a lot about how, or a lot in terms of not being as good as Red. How do you feel about being more open to your emotions than Red?
That part's great.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my life is more fulfilling than Red's was. The things I do matter to me, where Red was, especially the first Red, were doing things just to do things. Like solve puzzles, follow through on decisions they'd made. It's like they cared because they decided that this is the way they were going to do things, not because they actually cared, if that makes sense. They didn't feel it like I do. Like, yeah, I do things that affect other people and it makes me happy. They didn't really get that.
My headmates and I did often get the feeling of that, like, yeah.
Huh?
Of like Red having trouble with that stuff. It makes me curious about one thing. When we told Red that like we love her in a platonic way, she said she appreciated it, but she had no idea how to respond to that.
Yeah.
How about you?
It makes me feel nice. It's very nice to hear.
Well, I love you.
Chat's English only is correct because I can't moderate what I can't read. And we've had issues before of people saying really bad things in chat in other languages. Was a trigger? What do you mean? Oh, my knee. My knee.
What's wrong with your knee?
I kept it in the same position for too long.
Oh, yeah, we shouldn't do that. Hmm.
Gotcha. What brings you here, Iskar? I assume you came here from one of my tags. How'd you find me? Checks out. Checks out. Most of my new viewers have DID. It's because I have the tags. Yeah. My community, my Discord community is full of systems. So if you ever wanted a place to talk about stuff like that, my Discord community is a good place to do it. Yeah.
And I'm Rudy, and I'm part of a plural system as well.
Yep.
Fine. Do you want to hear about some relationship stuff that's on my mind?
Hell yeah.
I don't know how much I want to say, but like, oh, I guess I'll just start, and then maybe I'll just stop after a few sentences or something. But, so we've been dating someone for like over half a year now, and more recently, like a bit over 2 months ago, we started dating a second one.
Yeah.
Both of them systems, and I don't know. Recently, we just like, and that third system started dating the second system.
Okay.
With me being the first system in that case. Okay, this is getting a little bit complicated, not using names, but we like recently, me and the third system talked, and we both like kind of talked about and like admitted that like we feel more love towards the second system, both of us, than we feel towards each other, but we still like each other and we still want to keep dating for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we still love each other. We still want to keep on dating and like,
hell yeah,
you know, talk about stuff and like see, and maybe that will also we will keep on dating, and maybe we won't, and we will go back to being friends, and yeah.
hell yeah. I can't really say what I want to say about that because Kayla still lives here and she can hear, so. But I can relate. Let's just say I can relate.
I feel glad me and that third system are like able to talk in that way.
Yeah. For polycules, like the best thing is just being like completely open about everything. It makes everything work so well. It's my Discord is a place where you can talk about anything. You just have to make sure you're talking about it in the right place, so the people that would get triggered know not to go there, if that makes sense. So if you do want a place where you can talk about that kind of stuff where you normally couldn't without triggering people, you should check out my Discord. We talk about some pretty heavy stuff there. Oop. Oh, I was saying I can relate to CC. I wasn't saying I can relate to you. But no, I'd be happy to hear it. I hear you out about it. That's what I mean. I don't have to relate to sympathize. Our community is very supportive. Welcome back, Slime.
Welcome back, Slime. I started up a game of Stardew Valley and played one day. Let me see if I got any more notes.
Oh, really? Have you all done anything on the Minecraft server lately?
No, I don't think we have.
Gotcha.
Not since last time we went.
Yeah. Nice. Is it a bigger one or a smaller one? Okay, so there's something in my Discord called individual safe spaces, where the channel is controlled by one person, one member of the community, and they can say whatever they want there, and nobody else will ever judge them or like say anything negative to them in that space. And you have full moderator control over that channel. You can like delete messages or dictate who can and can't see or type in that channel. That would be a place where you could say whatever and not have to worry about what others think. There's no zombie spawners. Wouldn't zombies be the easiest to fight? I should talk about a new topic.
Looks at you.
Uh,
I'm just looking at you. I was thinking of like, I hope talking on a specific time of the day or specific time of the week with your headmates helps to like get more clear boundaries between all of you.
yeah. We'll probably do that after stream if we remember.
Could you even make a stream redeem for it? Or no, I guess you would want to do it after stream. No,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it during stream. You don't have to kill the baby slimes, as in it doesn't spawn the baby slimes, or it doesn't count the baby slimes for defeating the raid. Doesn't count the baby slimes, you just ignore them. I wonder if there's a mod for Minecraft where, like, every time you beat the Ender Dragon or something like that, or like a boss like the Wither or whatever, it like improves the stats of all the enemies in the game.
Like Terraria.
Terraria does that?
No, actually it doesn't. Terraria has Terraria has a boss that you kill, and then all the enemies become stronger, and so that happens like once.
I see.
Without that explanation, it was pretty fun. Yeah.
I can't wait for Slosh.
So you talked a bit about what it isn't. It isn't just a bunch of queer people getting all kinky. But what is it? What are you looking forward to?
Trying to make new friends. So the last Slosh that I went to, I met Bean. And the Slosh before that, I met Sylvia. So I'm hoping we make another new friend that we like hang out with all the time.
I'm thinking of I can't quite remember, but I'm thinking of a comic where like somebody is like, oh, I made a new friend named Egg, and somebody else is like, oh, they're non-binary, and are they non-binary? And the first person is like, how do you know? And the second person is like, their name is Egg.
Because of the bean.
Is Bean non-binary?
Bean's a nickname.
Okay.
Bean is trans though.
Right.
They're trans, just not non-binary. I said Bean because that's her Discord username.
I see.
When you brought up mods for killing the Ender Dragon, I thought you were talking about a mod that makes the Ender Dragon drop the dragon head, dragon egg, and elytra, which there is a mod for that. I see. Blah, da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I am super bored of sitting at home. Like, I've been out of work for over a year now, and I want to do things.
Yeah.
I hang out with Sylvia at least twice a week. And Bean's usually there. Yeah. Because I just I'm starved for doing things. I'm starved for activities. I legitimately would probably be over there every day if that was okay. She has specifically said that 2 days in a row is pushing it. So I'm like, okay, I just won't hang out there 2 days in a row. So if there's
days a week.
If there's ever a 3-day gap where we're not doing something, I'm gonna try to go hang out in the center day. We did hiking and then Pride last week. And then we're doing Slosh and then another Pride event on Friday this week. And it's just spaced out just enough where I can't really sneak in another day of hanging out in between anything.
I see. I hope you're able to make a couple more friends to hang out with.
Yeah. We met a lot of people at Slosh at the Cincinnati Pride.
Nice people?
Yeah. Also hung out with 2 of them well, like we went to bars together. So it was me, Sylvia, Bean, and then 2 other people from Queer Slosh that went to bars together. It's a good time. It was a good time. I saw the beginning of a drag show. It wasn't the actual beginning of the drag show. It was the drag queen stalling for time because the music wouldn't work. But God, that bar was so packed. There were so many people. We like stepped outside to talk to somebody and they're like, oh, by the way, we're at maximum occupancy. You can't come back in until somebody comes out. And it's like, oh, okay. I'm just not gonna go back in then.
Sounds pretty packed, yeah.
Okay, I think I'm gonna end stream. Because I kind of gotta pee, but like when I get back from peeing, I still wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Right.
So I think I'm just gonna end stream instead.
I'm thinking of like topics. I just found one of them, but also like, yeah.
I mean, if you've got a topic to talk about, I can go pee and then come back and we can talk about the topic.
No, I think I also would like to. There's also something else I'd like to do.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But I love you and hope I see you again in stream and outside of stream. And yeah.
It was nice having you. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.